Welcome to the Unification series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. We're picking up on the 5th of March 1968, which I think is about 4 months on from the end of the last part. Because what happened is I went into winter, I started to play through winter, then I started doing what you could call an almost detailed examination of what was going on, and I've had a little few thoughts. And what I want to do is apologies that this is going to be a shorter than normal video, but I wanted to make it before I forgot, one, the changes that I've made, and two, a couple of ideas that I do need to sort out. But first, a bit of an update. You see, the happiness has turned round, and we're now back to 77%. But more importantly, now you can see the loyalty is back to 42%. So what that is doing is giving us a boost in average productivity, also average lifespan here as well. So hopefully we've turned that situation around. I just want to check. Yeah, oh yeah, we're just doing a wood cutting policy. Now, I think... now, the next thing I want to show you is that I've completed the research on the basic mineral resources. So I'm going to give you a quick overview of that, but I'm going to pause so the game doesn't run on too far. And this is coal. You can see that, you can now see that small deposit of coal that I found by local survey. You can also see that in the top center there is a great big massive coal field, and that is where all the rich resources, but of course that's on the NATO side. And then you can see right next to it is a big iron field as well in this central area. So that's a kind of very broad hint of where we're going to have our major industry. And then oil, you can see obviously now it's down in this delta area here, and we've got a little strip running off to the right hand side, but there's no oil in the northern part of the map. So that is an indication. Of course, we don't know where the uranium and bauxite is, and I don't really care at the moment. So what that means is that we've got to get across the delta here to be able to exploit the oil. And of course, the other thing is we need to get up round the top of the map here, possibly build another city here. How far away? Or possibly, yeah, we'll probably build quite a major urban area there, and then push into this area where we're going to have our heavy industry. And I mean, there's not a lot of space in this area, but there's a possibility that we could possibly bring in some car manufacturer. But of course, the big sticking point here is this crossing point, because we'll be restricted to this. So that is the kind of where the direction we're going to be going. Now, the next thing I want to just talk about is some of the changes that I've done. What I have done up here is I've put the power line in. It's not been built. I put a substation here. This is the high tension substation, and then up here we got there. The reason I put it there is that I was looking at this. I haven't planned anything, and we won't be working on it in this part. But I think we're going to get a coal industry up here and a power station. So we're probably going to get our power station here within range of our coal processing area here, and then I'm hoping that we may be able to get a conveyor across to this aggregate loading store here. So this can also pick up both gravel and coal, because aggregate pickup points can, as long as they've got a feed in, if I show you here, you can see we've got the feeders around that side, so we'll have to come round there. But what I'm hoping is that we'll use this as a coal pickup point as well. I had to do a little bit of jiggery pokery here with the road and the rail. It took quite a lot of fiddling and fussing to get this in. So what I've kind of got is a line that will goes into, not sure, is that connected? That doesn't look, yes it does, it kind of goes in. Looks a bit odd though. Then again, maybe not. So what we got then is we'll have access to the prefab store, because this is the prefab factory. And then this will run on to the aggregate store. It's not as clean as I was hoping for, but I think I can live with that. And because I started fussing around with the railway line, I started looking at this area down here, and I realized that I was wasting all this space here. So what I've done is I've reworked the the rail depot here to here, and then I've reworked this junction to put a rail line out here. Now we can't go across the border, or I think there is a way actually. I think somebody posted a comment that you can cheat across this border, but the main reason I've brought this rail line over here is for the possibility of bringing gravel down here for a reason which I'll explain in a little while. Actually, let's just let the game run on a bit faster actually. Now the next thing I've done is I've kind of shuffled the fields around a bit. You can see this small field is fading, and I've put an extra field in up here, big field, because I was looking at this distribution office here, and I'm worried about all these trucks coming through here. So what I want to do is we're going to come in here, and it's going to be a bit of a tight bit, but what I want to do is actually it'd be quite nice if I could do that. No, we're not going to be able to do it, are we? Is there a way that I could do that? I want it in range of the power supply, because the power supply is important if you want to run fuel. Hopefully I will be able to get a... Yeah, we got a gravel road connection there. Actually, cancel that. I just wonder... I think we are going to go square there. Trouble with the angled junction there is the trucks would have had to kind of double back very sharply. So what we're going to be doing is building in this area here, and then we're going to move all these guys, all these covered holes up to here. What that means is that they can move the grain around here to here without coming down all the way down around here, and then that will free this distribution office up for another project that I've got in mind as well. So at the moment things are going reasonably well. There. Now the other thing I've done is, you see here, we've now managed to asphalt through all these roads up here. So we've now got this connection done. I don't think these guys have got any work to do now, if they know. Right. Now what I want to do is we'll concentrate on the gravel side of things first. So I think we'll get these guys just working on that there. So from the beginning we will just produce gravel, which means we'll come down to this point, build this store, build that store there. This is going to be more long term, and then of course we got to build the road connections into here. So possibly fairly soon we'll be starting work on this area here as well. I do want to keep an eye on, let me see, I think I might get around here. Now economically, I can show you the economy. We are kind of still working on getting the money, but at the moment our big problem is imports. Now what I want to concentrate on this part is chemicals. You can see power's a lot, fuel is the big factor, and we're not so, but I think I can save money. I mean, I could cheat by putting biofuel in. I mean, that's always a good one. If you start making biofuel, you can really cut down your fuel costs. But I don't really want to go that route at the moment unless I have to. But what I want to do over here, this is the reason why this area has been changed, is I want to put a chemical plant in. Because I think if we can start manufacturing chemicals, that will then cut down our costs of import, plus it will mean that the clothes side of things will get a little bit more profitable. I just want to keep pushing out here to get more and more workers into this area. Anyway, so what I want to do now is plan our chemical industry, fossil fuels. Now probably the best way to explain this is, now to make chemicals we need gravel, oil and crops. no, wood, gravel, oil and crops. So we actually need 4 inputs. Now, the thing is that if you actually look at the rate of consumption, now to make 0.81 chemicals, we need a ton of gravel, a ton of crops, a ton of wood, and 1.2 tons of oil. Now, if you look at the storage capabilities here, the warehouse can actually store 20 tons of oil, 10 tons of gravel, 8 tons of crops, and 10 tons of wood. Now, one of the interesting aspects of a chemical factory that sets it apart from other buildings is that all those items are separate storage areas. So what I want to do is we're going to put this in. Now I will put a container in. So what I'm thinking is I want to put the chemical factory possibly about there. Now, what I would eventually would like to do in the long term is when we've made this is a synthetic fertilizer factory, and you see this needs chemicals and water to make liquid fertilizer. So the thought process is that if I can put in a reasonably sized warehouse. Wow, that's massive. 880. I think 880 would be quite good. So we're going to put a warehouse alongside like that. And then here we've got a free gas station, which I don't need anymore. So we're just going to knock that out. Just remove that bit of road there. And then we're going to run directly back to there. Like that. So we're going to have a chemical factory here. We got there. Now, as I say, the wood store, which we're going to need from here. Again, just go back and show you. The wood store is big enough for 10 days supply of wood. Next problem is going to be water, and of course we've got to drain the chemical plant. The other thing we're going to need to put in here, which is one of the reasons why I've kind of left a bit of space here, is that we're going to need a waste pickup point, but we're going to need to we'll get these guys working on that straight away. And what we've got to do now is I've put this connect. Let's just see if we can find here. We've got a connection there. Now we may want to build, I think, the chemical fertilizer plant out here. So we may want to build other things out here. So what I want to do is put in a connection there. And again, we're gonna. I'm hope. Did I hook the wrong one? Let me just try. Requires a proper slope. So we may have a problem here, because I think if we come up here, yeah, it's on the same kind of level. So what we're going to have to do is put a small lift pump in here, probably about there. Transfer you over. Turn you. Actually no, we're going to flip you the other way so that we don't get a footpath connection on the road. Can't build due to infrastructure. That should be okay. You should then be able to connect to there, and you should be able to connect to there. That means that the sewage outfall from here can come into there. And that will give us that connection there, and it means I can kind of put a little dirty little footpath up to there. Actually, what I'd like to do is, can't get under there. Okay, maybe I'm being a little bit obsessive. So we've now got that there. Now the next thing we're going to need to do is put in a water supply. Okay. And we've got one going out that way. What I'm going to do is run you up, so nope, don't need to do that. Now I am going to put a water switch. Actually, we'll put the water switch there so that it's the wrong way round. Sorry. Where's the footpath? Take that, remove that footpath there. Put you there. Put you there. I'll run you there. Now, this one is going to have to run into there. But at the same time, we may need an option to supply water to the other construction sites in this area, which is the reason why I put that switch in. So that should actually, I think it might pay to actually run this into the top one like that. So what that means is that we will have a chemical plant here, which we will be able to run there. Now, the other thing we're also going to need to put into this area is a power supply. And I'm not sure where... Oh, yeah, we've got one connection left there. Now, what I would like to do is actually put the power supply in the center. Possibly overlapping. All right, the research is finished. Let me just pause the game while I plan this. I think if we put the power supply about, actually, I want it to cover that. So I think if we put the power supply about there, maybe a little bit closer in, kind of run you up there, across to there. Let's make sure that is all connected. It's connected to there. I know the substation is kind of hanging in free space at the moment. Actually, what I could do is that is there, isn't it? And we've got this here, so I'm going to put a cargo pickup point here. This could get fairly busy, so I will put in a cargo station about there, and we will run. We're actually going to run a road out through here, and then put that in there like that. Trim that back to there, creating a T-junction. So this is going to be our chemical industry. See here, we're now, because we're not building very much, we're actually working on a fairly small thing. Right, so we've now got forestry researched. Now, I've got another strategy I want to work on, but I can never remember this research. Here it is here. I want to get to steel cables. The reason for that is that if I come down to here, you can see it says design of steel cables, which opens up the cableways, which is this one here. So we're going to start with introduction of metallurgy, come down to this point first, and then go back to steel production, because steel production is going to be quite a long way in the future. So what I'm looking for is, where is it? The introduction to metallurgy, is that the right one? Yeah, introduction to metallurgy. So we're going to do that, get that underway. Now, this area here is kind of given here, but there's part of me that says I would like to start with the fire prevention in this area, because we are expanding, and that means that our single fire truck will start to have a bit of a problem. And what I want to do is kind of come up this way here. What this does is it reduces the likelihood of fires. Now, if you're not playing realistic mode, this is a type of research that you don't really need to bother with, but we've still got an issue with culture. I'm not exactly sure why, but it's almost like this isn't got enough to go on with at the moment. Anyway, so that is the current situation. I do want to get this built. Get the ground crew on, get the base ground crew working on this first. Try and get this built. But at the same time, I do want to try and slow down the amount of how can you say? I do want to slow down the amount of construction so that we can start turning around this profit margin. And because I think that's quite important now. We can't afford to just keep draining out here, because one of the things I like to do is try and, if possible, what did I import for? Oh, I think that was a vehicle I bought. One thing I like to do is try and keep over 500,000 rubles, because that's a good contingency. Oh, the other thing I've also done is I'm aware that this could get a bit shaky. So I've already planned in another small water well here as well. So I think we're kind of getting into a phase here. Let me just see what is my yeah, this guy's working on zip at the moment. I need to get you on there now so we can finish this building here. Now we've built a road out here, what I want to do now is plan the extension to this town. Now obviously this shopping mall will overload fairly soon, and if we expand out here aggressively, so we're going to need to put another shopping mall out here. Small shopping centre. I'm kind of thinking that can serve 150, that can serve 100, this one can serve 180. Is that 180? I just want to check something. Apologies, guys. Shop. I've just got to find my. Okay, that's quite a neat little shopping mall. It doesn't hold something. I'm looking for my favourite one here, which is it's this one. Is it this one? Yeah, I think it's this one. And I'm actually going to put it onto my favourites. And I think I am going to build it. It's gone to the top of the page, isn't it? Because as I say, this is one of my favourite shopping centres, whatever you want to call it. And I'd like to get a bit of character into this city. And you can see that just about reaches. I think maybe we should put it here like that. Just tuck it on this corner like that. And what that should do, and one of the things I like about this shopping mall is the fact that it's got quite a lot of storage within itself. So really all you've got to do is get a cargo station and build a small kind of cargo station, maybe a 4-size one, alongside it like that, to deliver directly in. Actually, that fits quite well, actually, because we got that there. Now, the other thing is the hospital. I am going to build a hospital, but what I'm going to do is probably build it out about here when these roads are being built. The other thing I want to do is actually to put a fire station out here. And the reason I put it out here is I'm hoping long term but will give us an option to put a helipad in here. Plus, will be close enough to provide support to our industry in this area while still providing more cover for our town. But I will be putting a small fire station right up here. In fact, while I'm thinking about it, is this is a connection to there. That doesn't actually need anything. I'm wondering if I take this road out. Say we take this road out to there, because we've got a pickup point there. If I put in bus stop there, put that there. We'll put gravel road to there. What I am going to do is try and put a bit more focus on building gravel roads and stop building so much asphalt, because of course asphalt costs money with respect to the thing. Let's check the economy again. So we are turning around a very small profit now. Aha, which is good. Another thing that fits in well with this is that we could put another farm out here. The problem with the farm is going to be actually being able to get enough fertilizer in it, because we've barely got enough fertilizer to keep the fertility up on these fields here. Right. I'm gonna allocate these guys to that so we can build out here. How much gravel and concrete? Not bad actually. If I get the ground crew working on that, and of course we're going to need what's up with this thing here? Let's see. I don't think this is connected. Okay, you can go there. I'm gonna get you to build in there. Go underground. Build that. Build that. And to begin with, we'll just start filling in these bits here, because we've got to get the supports thing in here. Oh, another change I've made is into this one here. What? Oh, no, I thought I'd made a change here. Ah, I thought about a change here. And what I was thinking is we're going to need an open hole, because I don't think the truck that we've got in here, let me just see, because this truck can't carry boards, but this one can. Oh, that's where the $22,000 spun. So we're just going to export that, and then what I'm going to do is start exporting boards. And the reason for that is that if I show you the economy, we go to prices, wood is quite literally peanuts. It's 4.8. We can only sell it for 4.8 rubles, where boards we can sell it for 7.29 rubles. So that increases the value of the cargo. So we can do that. And you can see this guy now technically can't go anywhere because he's actually redundant. So what I'm going to do is send him to there. We might need him for another wood cutting post, but where's the other guy gone? Where are you? Okay, you're in my massive queue here. Haha. We've got to do something about this. It's just way too much. Anyway, we're gonna so at the moment the focus needs to be on the chemical plant, but of course we do need to get this finished, because this is the one that's going to move the supplies that we're going to need to be able to get the chemical plant up and running. if that makes sense. But what I need to do is asphalt in these roads here. Okay, so we've got accommodation now. Let's get back to here. We've got a school there. I think I'd like to put another school in here. We're going to go a little bit. Actually, we can put another kindergarten. Get a kindergarten in. We'll put a kindergarten there. Put an asphalt footpath in. Get the road crew and then working on that. We're going to put a school here as well, so we can put a premium on education. Wow. Big school. I mean, this is going to be fairly high density, but simply because I want to get some fairly big tower blocks into here, because we're going to need a really big workforce for our what we call it, for our industrial area out here. So we are going to go in quite big time. In fact, let's just have a look at the potential residences. 157, 190. So we'll probably be looking at ranks of these going across here. Actually, I've just had a sudden thought. It's going to be a bit off the wall, but wow. I really don't like this thing. It's just too big, because the problem with the medical university is, again, just to show you, the amount of research you can do is quite small, but it's quite useful. But to build that great big one might be, I think what I'll do is I'll look at the, let me just do a quick search. One of the problems that you can get with universities, modded universities, again, just to show you, just clear this out. It's not going to show it to us anyway, so show university. Now I've got a whole load of universities here, but what they don't do is actually tell you what type of things. See, that's a technical university, but not all of them actually tell you what type of university it is. I think one of these Tudor ones is a medical university. Technical University, Tiny University, Lenin Technical University. Of course, this is my favourite university. But I know for a fact that's not medical. How are we doing here? We've still got lots of slack, so I think we can afford to just let things go with the flow at the moment. How are we doing up over here? This is connecting up quite nicely. I think what I will do is just put a temporary road to there, and put that in there. How's our where are you? I think we need that. We're on the 3rd of May. We're get that built. How's our road crew working out here? I think you can work on that, because that means we can then plan to build that. I think everything else out here, we only need mud footpaths out to there. What is this? Oh, that's the second quarry. We're not interested. Oh, that's our first quarry. This is the second one. So we're going to need to build this, the conveyor, this, which is going to be the store, conveyors to here, which is going to be the gravel processing, then this, and this. In fact, this needs to be put in. Actually, I think I'd rather it go that way. So, whoops. Seeing we're looking at this, let's put that in straight away. Just check so we're down to 1,800 tons of crops in there. But we got over 3,000. We're on the 3rd of June, which is pretty good. And it's the basis of this surplus that I feel that I'm confident about building this. Right, so we've done the groundworks for there. Can't do that. I think we're get these guys here because it's right next to the construction office there. We're bringing in steel now, so we're going to lose money. Steel's going to cost us a fortune. But yeah, we'll just check the economy. Yeah, 17 tons for steel, 7,000 there. And you see we've just bought in there. If you compare that with our exports, I mean, it might even out over the time, but it can always be a little bit tricky. Actually, are we exporting any boards yet? Yeah, we've sort of exported about 30 tons of boards. Nothing particularly special. Actually, seeing this, I think what I need to do is start checking our wear and tear now. We're getting close, so sooner or later we are going to need to start to repair that. Building, vehicles, whole map, wear and tear. So we've got our buildings under control. Yeah, you can see our site towers are up to 46%. What's this? Is he's finished? All right, we've now finished our fire research, and what I'm interested in more than anything else is, you see these are really short. I want to do industry over apartments because we got good coverage anyway here. I just want to get that fire out of the way. Okay, we've got that built in there. And that footpath in. Get that built. These guys are going to need some support on these. Get these 2 road connections in. Is this block full? Yeah, this block's full actually. So I think, let me just see if I can get, what we're probably going to need to do is get these bigger blocks in. I'm kind of thinking that covers that, but there's no university education here, and it's actually out of range of the school. So yeah, we're gonna have to build in this relatively quickly. Okay, we're gonna need culture here as well. I think what we might do, I haven't actually built the cinema, the infrastructure. My instinct is actually, I think what we're gonna, oh, these are being built now, it's too late. I think what we will do is put you round. I think I can afford to, I think if we put the cinema there, and then that, I know it's broken this road, but that's okay. Okay. Right, this is now built, so what I want to do is copy task to that building. Right, we're gonna take a little while to find it, but and of course this is going to be painful, but got to be necessary. Is we need to add you to there. Let's make sure it's 30%. Yep. And this one now, this is the and what we're going to do is move this, but I'm going to catch this guy. Oh, I can't cancel change workplace. I want you to go there. Actually, no. Ha! Oops, bit of a mistake there. What we'll do is send you back to there, because of course this guy will. Is there a way? Is there a way? Yeah, remove all connections. Right, we'll give us a nice clean build in here. And what this one will do is bring the crops and everything over to here, which we can do. So we've now built that through to there. We will just remove this little bit of road there. And actually, I think this one's going to be a little bit more tricky. It's going to cause some disruption. We'll wait for this to be built, and then we'll build in this so that these guys can get in and out. So I've run out of time on this video, and apologies again, it's going to be a bit shorter than normal, but here in the UK it's the May Bank holiday and I don't really have a lot of time to record. Hopefully the next part will be a little bit longer. So until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.